Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jim Harrison, Mayor of Quinte West, and it's a pleasure to be here today to talk about the good things that are happening in Quinte West. And of course, we're all abiding by the provincial guidelines, making sure that we're safe, making sure that we practice social distancing, wash our hands consistently and regularly, practice all the good things that you know will help you to stay away from this virus and your family, because that's so important. We're not through it, but we're certainly making progress. We're we're doing a regular testing program with Quinte Healthcare. Doug Saka with the paramedics is also doing testing throughout Hastings County, as well as obviously within the city of Quinte West. The testing is the results are back in 24 to 48 hours, but we're still running in a very, very low area of between 2 and 3% positive are the test results that are coming. So, again, thanks to so many of you who are doing the right thing. And again, I have to acknowledge our first responders, people working in healthcare, our doctors, nurses, and everyone else who's there. Thank you for looking after people, taking care of them, getting them through this, and helping their family to be safe. Then obviously we're also concerned about our long-term care homes, and where testing is being done in there on a consistent basis. Again, thanks to people who are working there and looking after the people who have special needs and helping them to enjoy life as best you can. That's so important to all of us. Yes, it is. Our family, yes, I just can't emphasize just how much value our families are to us, and this certainly is making us even more aware of it, but also very proud of everyone who's working hard and looking after. And again, our building is continuing on to best we can. We're limited by the number of permits that have already been put out, but people are working. Our King Street project is definitely on a go, and sometime late May we'll hope to get started with that, or middle May, whatever works. That's a community project, so we're allowed to go ahead and do all we can there. We have secured the funding from both levels of government as well as our own, so it's an over $3 million project. But we're sure glad to do it, glad to get started, and glad to see it finished. I know we will. Again, the fishing derby has been canceled. We've had to block our boat launches because of liability. That if we defy the provincial orders, we're putting ourselves at a very high risk. So we don't want to do that. I'm sure people there are ardent fishermen, there are people who love to fish, and I'm sure you'll find a way to get out there and do what you do. But remember, do it safely. Do it safely. There will be enforcement around the area and on the water. So make sure you follow those provincial guidelines and all the rules that are related to fishing. And I don't know what they are, but I know there are limits and regulations related to length and so on. So if you're going to fish, do it safely. And I understand that, but do it safely. Recognize how important it is that you're safe and everybody else. That's forthcoming. Yeah, and we're again, schools are locked down, schools are closed. Yeah, no particular date that they're looking at, May something possibly, and possibly not. But I hope our children are certainly having the opportunity to learn and progress, and teachers are reaching out to them the best you can. Give assignments, get work done, mark it, make sure that students get feedback. Feedback's so important. Yes, it is. And if you ask me to do 20 questions, I get 10 done. Yeah, say, Jim, you did a good job. Just encourage me to do the rest of them. Stay positive, stay positive, especially with children. They need that encouragement all the time. I think we all do. We all do, not just children. So any way you can encourage them to do their best and take on responsibilities and show that they're learning, and they're going to be a great person in life, and and have the opportunity to work hard and continue. Farmers are working, planting corn now. Corn's going in the ground as I speak throughout the province, I'm sure, and it's happening right here. So that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. And of course, there have been oats planted. Barley's already been planted, I'm sure, or if it isn't, it will be done very soon. Our packing plants have in some places cleaned up and are opening up again. So that's another good sign for if you keep animals, beef, chicken, or pork. Milk quota, I know the milk quota has been cut, so you'll see that there is some more dumping, unfortunately. Not able to use all the milk. They won't process it because of the cost. So they cut the quota and cut the production as best they can. And that's cows won't stop milking, so they have to dump the product. That's the unfortunate part. Many parts of the world would love to have it, but that's where we're at. So we're also, ready for water. It looks like we're going to have a pretty good spring and shouldn't have a lot of flooding. We have many of our bags in, still some to come, but I'm sure hoping that they're coming soon. And we'll get ours out and we'll get out the rest who've ordered them because we want you to be able to protect your property and maintain your livelihood and keep your residents safe or your business, whatever. So we're positive. We're positive that there's going to be some good things there. What else? Yeah, there are some things to look at again to in the future that once we get through this virus, we'll be able to look at some things that possibly we can do to. I know there have been some issues raised to me from various parts of our city and things that we need to look at. But we'll do our best and to get those done. So again, there are some businesses that have been shut down and you have to work curbside. Do your best though. People sure appreciate the effort and the work that you're doing to put into your business. And if you see any business that can be helped or, we can help in any way, shape, or form, if there is something we can do, we'll do our best. The city has to work within the provincial guidelines and, make sure that what we do is legal and all of those kinds of things. So there are still many issues ahead of us, but each day we get up and we're in our proper places with our bright and shining faces to tackle what comes forth. And I appreciate, as I said before, all the good work that's being done by so many. And your TV is no exception. They're always around, working hard, trying to put things together, trying to get things that are interesting for you to pay attention to, and hopefully, in some cases, follow. So again, thanks very much to everybody, Anne, and all the people who work there. We get through this, we'll try and find some real good pickles. Thank you.